family.
Yeah, American. From Los Angeles.
I just want to find my friend.
I need you to do a favor for me first. You mess around and I'll kill you both.
Park the car real close to the curb. Let's go.
Is this you?
You have to believe me. They made me do it.
The building that you blew up is a DEA safe house. You know how long you'll go away for? Unless you help us get Lino Esparza.
Please.
Aloha! This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, coming to you live once again from beautiful Hawaii here on the island of Oahu, bringing you, yes you, the best movie reviews on the entire island of Oahu. And yes, again, this is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And last night, opening night, Thursday night, January 31st, now the official opening of Miss Bala, translated from Spanish, that would be Miss Bullet, Miss Bala, opening February 1st everywhere, is a wonderful Sony action drama thriller that, you know, I wish had come out earlier in January just because there was so little competition near that last week, last 2 weeks of January. You know, as you know, I did not go see Split. I just did not want to see that movie. I heard mixed things about it, and to me, that was enough to say shaka thumbs down in my books for, you know, Glass. So I didn't see it. I wasn't all that into Split, so I figured there was no need to see this movie of Glass. So I wish that Miss Bala had actually opened up a week prior to this. But I am sure that it will definitely be a strong contender this weekend. This stars Gina Rodriguez, Anthony Mackie, and I believe newcomer Ismael Cruz Cordova. And, well, without further ado, remember our rating scale. Shaka thumbs up, it's good to see, I recommend it. Shaka thumbs down, it's bad to see, it's junk, I don't recommend it. And for Miss Bala, it is a strong shaka thumbs up. I wasn't expecting too much from this movie. Sony Pictures released this in association with Columbia. They went ahead and you know, they stopped people from screening this movie early. Most of the press was not allowed to go ahead and see this and put out any any early reviews on it, which is usually a bad sign for movies. But I have to say that, you know, I was greatly surprised by this. I'm not a big fan of Gina Rodriguez. I don't watch the TV show that she's on. I guess Jane the Virgin. You know, I'm just not into those kind of romantic kind of comedy TV shows all that much. But here, as a, you know, as the feminist, well, as the female lead in this movie and would-be accidental heroine of the movie, it is a splendid movie to watch and peruse. Definitely, you'll want to see this weekend. You know, it is probably the strongest movie that's out for opening weekend, and you know, this weekend. On a budget of $15 million, I have no doubt that it will definitely make its money back overall, but possibly this weekend. I could see this movie getting $30 million easy, if not more. If Split on a budget of $20 million made 40, Then, I'm sorry, not Split, but Glass made $40 million on its opening weekend, then this far superior action thriller drama will definitely, make $30 million. At the very minimum, I see $20 million. But I have high hopes for this movie because I was that enthralled by it. Gina Rodriguez definitely sells this. Anthony Mackie is great, for what little he is in this movie. He is not the star of the movie. Gina Rodriguez pretty much sells this entire movie herself, being a woman caught up, having gone from San Diego into Tijuana to visit some friends of hers, her old girlfriend, her old, childhood friend who she had grown up with. And then, as unfortunate events would happen, a drug cartel bursts into the party where they are at. Her friend is captured, along with many, many other girls that were at this party. People are shot, killed. Gina Rodriguez's character is lucky, fortunate enough to get away. But of course, the next morning she goes to the police, desperate to see what had happened to her friend, to see what could be done. And unfortunately, the police that she goes to is under the control, under the payment of the drug cartel that did this attack on this nightclub and has her friend, or she thinks. And she is forced to have to work for them in order to secure her friend's freedom. And she is definitely not an action hero. She is the furthest thing from any of this, being just a makeup artist, over in Hollywood and from LA, San Diego. So she has to learn all of these, techniques, these drug, they have her very much doing something like The Mule with Clint Eastwood, smuggling these drugs across, and she is an American citizen. She could go across the border with less scrutiny than possibly any of their own people. So she is forced to do that. She is forced to come back, after delivering these drugs. She gets involved with the DEA, which unfortunately seems to be as dirty as, the Tijuana Mexican police, unfortunately, which just hang her out to dry in their desperation, in their desire to take down this cartel leader that she has, unfortunately, Gina Rodriguez, fallen under the thumb of. All in hopes of rescuing her friend. So yes, this definitely is a action thriller drama. You buy that Gina Rodriguez is just this person in the wrong place at the wrong time and has to kind of, learn how to survive in these situations, and eventually, luckily, fortunately, able to turn the tide and turn the tables, get away and hopefully save her friend. I won't go into any more spoilers, especially since this movie had a number of twists at the end that really, in that final third act of the movie, kept me guessing. It's like, all through the movie, you're just like, oh yeah, this is going to happen, this is this, because you've seen it all before in other kind of movies. Oh, the bad boy drug leader really wants to turn good. Oh, the good police are really the bad, evil, pullers of the string. And this movie just flips everything around, and you don't know what's going to happen at the end. And I was greatly surprised and enchanted by that, having seen so much cookie cutter stuff, throughout the month already. For this to be that surprise glass Shyamalan twist-like ending that seems to do it much better than Glass was fascinating. And so I highly recommend going to go see Miss Bala. Shock a thumbs up all the way for this movie. I can't praise it enough. I don't think it's showing anywhere in 3D or IMAX, just standard 2D. But I mean, it's beautifully shot in Tijuana, Mexico. You get to see, the beautiful surroundings of the countryside of Mexico, the city life, the struggles. So everything. If you liked TV shows like Narcos, if you liked, kind of action movies like Sicario, Day of Soldano, then this is the movie for you, because I feel that this movie was even better than Day of Soldano. It comes to a much more satisfying conclusion and just seems to keep its pace throughout the movie in its entirety. It's definitely, for me, what I feel, Sicario Part 2, Day of Soldano should have been. Miss Bala, go ahead and check it out. I'm now looking forward to seeing more of Gina Rodriguez. Slight spoiler, there is a potential, depending on how well this movie does, that this could become the next big franchise for, Sony Pictures. And, I say, hey, I'm ready to see Part 2 already. All right, thank you so much. This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, saying shock a thumbs up for Miss Bala, starring Gina Rodriguez. Definitely go ahead and check it out when you can. All right, thank you so much, and aloha.